Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I want to do is I want to talk to my chosen ones about how you will have to stop playing their game. You will have to stop playing their game. And they got a lot of games. Whether we want to speak as far as the dad, the big system, or whether you want to talk about the siblings, which is the people that we deal with on an everyday basis. But on all levels, you have to stop playing their game. We are at a point in our journeys, we are on a frequency and vibration where we have a lot more guidance, we have a lot more direction, we have a lot more substance, and we have so much value that it's hard for us to fathom our own selves, But a lot of people out here using that witchy playbook is playing the game. You know what I mean? So whether you playing the game with your friends, peers, or you playing the game with somebody that you want to talk to, whether it's from female to guy or guy to female, we have to cut the game out the way. When I play games, I'm usually more direct, I like NBA 2K, I like Warzone, I like dominoes, I like chess. I could name things that's literally structured for JAAMI, game. But when we talk about our lives and how we operate with other people out here and how we maneuver within the system, my life is not a game. And I don't look at the people around me, I don't take their life as a game, Because in the back of my spirit world, I'm always willing to move on to my next journey to protect and provide for the ones that surround me. That's just how I naturally come stocked, And it took me a while to realize that because I went on a lot of dummy missions when I was younger with people who didn't really give a fuck about me, They just knew that I was trained to go, you know what I mean? And when you younger, that's something that, you want your peoples to give you that title, you trained to go. Once you realize you are trained to go, you don't give a fuck about that title anymore. You know what I mean? That's not something that you living for, or it's already been established. You've already established to yourself, to the universe, and to the ones around you, how far you willing to go, the things that you're willing to do. But we got a lot of people who we do not address things all the way, and it makes things pretty difficult. We play this game to being blind to power. I start teaching my daughter about power very young because that's something that plays a factor. It's part of the recipe with peace. It's part of the recipe with love. It's part of the recipe with hatred. You can put that same signature connected to everything, kind of like how we put a little bit of fear. You could say it's sprinkled on everything, you know what I'm saying? You could say we got a little bit of God sprinkled on everything. But the games, when we have same sexes that we're dealing with, I'll start with the same sex because I'm a man and I deal with males. And for a lot of males, I realize engaging with them, it's always like on some, it's usually like very friendly or it's vigilant. I'm not going to say violent because all the men aren't always in that physical, violent mind state with other men, but it is a vigilante mindset, meaning that they may not do nothing or not anything physical to you, but they'll work different spells, they'll do different manipulation tactics, to kind of keep leverage or power over you. And that all comes with playing the game. So when I deal with other men out here in real lifetime, when men deal with men, usually any friends, male friends that I have in my life, we done checked each other one way or another. I don't have any male friends in my life that I have not checked and they have not checked me. That we did not do this number right here because we're both masculine. You know, that's just part of the process. So when I had engagements with different males who I didn't bump heads with, it usually was some kind of ass kisser or someone who had a separate agenda. And even the ones I bump heads with, you know, they live their own life, but we usually on the same accord, which is why our relationships tended to stand a little bit longer than a lot of the other relationships I had. And that came down to us not playing that game with each other. You know, when men first meet men, it's going to be some kind of test in there to see who got the bigger nuts. That's just how it goes. That's us men. We're going to size each other up. We're going to say a couple things in between there, whether it's jokingly, unjokingly, but we're going to figure it out, you know. And then the ones who are moving more righteously, we have a lot more peaceful and subtle way about expressing we not about that bullshit. We ain't about playing no games. It's very, very different with us. We tend to address things a lot more frequently. We tend to put different ideas out there with the other males around us, something that we probably can, you know, build something or grow towards something, or aboard the same ship and travel out to the same location together. But then you have the other males who are constantly looking to see how they can feed off of you, utilize your energy so that way they can get a step up. So, for example, my old co-host, I had a couple co-hosts, but my second co-host that I had, he was one of those beings who he liked to use a lot of sympathy, some of the shit he went through. Anytime I would address him on some masculine shit, he always pulled the sympathy card about what the fuck he went through growing up. And in my world, it's like, that's cool and all, but once you do that 1 or 2 times, that don't fly anymore, because I'm a man. I'm not a female. The females, you can keep addressing that to and keep crying and pull sympathy. But for me as a man, you only got about 1, 2 tries, you know, and they have to be extremely detrimental. You're not just going just randomly like a movie, just snap of the fingers and start making yourself cry. You know, that's weird. As a man, we're not built like that. I'm trying to tell you, real masculine men are not built like that. I'm not saying we don't have our moments, but the thing is, with a moment, it's exactly that. It's a moment. Once in a blue moon, once in a red moon, once in a green moon, once in a purple moon. You know, how often do you see a purple moon? Okay then, so that should be how often you see one of your masculine males having some kind of like breakdown just from life. Because the way society is set up right now, it's basically pushing men to not be shit, you know what I mean? So if you don't have the largest amount of money in the world, most of the females is gonna look past you. If you're not doing something with your life, most males are not even gonna engage with you because you don't have any substance with you. You know? So it's a lot of things that go hand in hand with that. But I think the worst part of the game is the opposite sex, man to woman, woman to man, feminine to masculine. That is one of the most up in your face games that there could like possibly put on the table today. And men are lacking discipline. Women are lacking every bit of discipline possible. The difference with men is, what I realize is, if I sit in the house and I play the game and I just eat foods and shit all day, 10 times out of 10, my body gonna not be up to par. I'm gonna step outside the house. I probably won't be as motivated. I won't have as much momentum as far as, and faith and belief in myself as far as engaging with the opposite sex. And they'll be able to read that energy on me. They'll be able to read that, and they'll let me know, society will let me know, hey nigga, you ain't shit. So all your options will be removed from the table. Difference with the women is, y'all are born with your highest value, you know? So all you really have to do is maintain it and sustain it and not muddy it, you know, not treat it like a used dock, you know. It shouldn't just be open for everyone to kind of just come in and keep on going and come in and going. But because a lot of Western women are witches, I meant that. A lot of Western women are witches. It's super entitled. They are super selfish. I'm not saying all, but there is a lot of it. A lot of it. And you have this thing to where we all want to establish some kind of relationship. We all want to be a part of a community. We all want to have a family or be connected to a family. You know, we're supposed to be engaged with each other. That's just part of our genetic makeup. And it becomes really difficult for both parties to even engage with each other when there's a game being played. You know, when you meet people for the first time, it's like you gotta do all this weird shit that you really don't want to do. I meet somebody, I want to tell them, hey, I like you, I fuck with you. I like you, I fuck with you. I want to see where this go. And then outside of that, it's like, as a man, depending on what kind of witch you got on the other side, if you do that, you already know that's not how the game works. So now you're trying to be honest to kind of keep everything flowing, but they want you to shut the fuck up and not say anything. So that way they can think that, oh, well, maybe he doesn't want me and I got to put out a little bit more energy or be a little bit more attentive. It's this whole weird ass process of a game. You know, if somebody texts you, don't text them back right away, even if you're holding a phone in your hand. This shit is mind blowing to me. So I got my phone in my hand. Somebody texts me. I see it. I'm supposed to just put the phone down, look at the timestamp, see how long it was before they text me, and then I should use about their timestamp, wait about 5-10 minutes, same as them, or I can play the game, try to play it better than them, and I could wait about 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, so that way my time is a little bit longer. And then each person who's lagging in that space is usually like a power shift. Instead of it being mutual, like a hot potato, you know what I mean? Like, ha, I got it, ha, you got it. What they doing is, huh, I got it, and then they're throwing the shit away. It's not even a hot potato back to you anymore. Now you gotta go get another hot potato. These games are getting way too excessive. Way too excessive. And I'm just speaking from the lower, like the lower minion level. I went corporate last time. We speaking from the minions. From the minions with this power struggle structure. I've been one of them beings, I ain't never have a problem sharing power. Because I know how powerful I am in here, and I know what my real true intentions are. One way we can always tell how organic you are is by looking at your fruits. Example, since I've been doing this publicly, even before it was just me solo, outside of my beat production, I've always used organic thumbnails. Meaning I just take a clip from here, or they'll put it together, and then that's what the fuck I use. I didn't go in my world and say, well, I need to be like everybody else and play the game, and I need to get these really good thumbnails to get all the people clicking, baiting on it, and then I need to put some really cool text into fuck all that. Fuck all that. If everybody else doing it, why do I need to do it? That don't make any sense to me. I know people would be like, oh, well, yeah, you can, it could possibly give you more, people clicking on it or watching your videos. Yeah, that's true. But I would much rather people like me and fuck with me and my vibes for being organic, It ain't no scripts up here, ain't no thumbnails up here. Everything is always free-flowing. And I'm going to continue to always keep it free-flowing because I don't want to be the being that's always like, oh, yeah, don't play the game, and then I'm sitting here playing the game. I only address things when I've already taken steps to stop doing certain things. So I would never talk about not smoking marijuana unless I had stopped months prior. I don't talk about it because I like my flowers. It ain't shit you gonna tell me about it. I'm very good at portioning it out. I could go a whole day without no flowers. You know what I'm saying? I can go a couple days without. I can go as long as I want to. But I use my flowers as part of my reward system. Kind of like water or food. It's part of my rewards. When I get done working out, I want some water. You know, when I get done with a whole busy day of working at these plantations, energy exchanges, you know, constantly going into new spaces to kind of figure out how to, you know, implement certain things for that day and the next day, we have to stop playing the fucking game. It's that simple. When I meet people these days now, everything is on the table. You don't understand. You have to know, like, you will lose. You ain't gonna lose. You'll establish a lot more substance by doing that in the beginning. Yes, people will get the fuck out your way. I ain't saying it like they won't. You may meet somebody and like them, and you start not playing the game, and then they just vominos on you. That's part of that comes with the territory, you know. But I would much rather deal with that and have to worry about scraping my arm right now, opposed from breaking my leg later down the line, because it takes me longer to recover from a broken bone than it would be from me scraping my elbow any day. So it's not going to always be easy being the eyeball standing out, or always seeming like you're the aggressor or creating friction, when really we're just going for clarity and we're going for not playing this damn game. All this we'll see where it's going, we'll see what's happening, we can go with the flow. Fuck all of that. I have a direction. So it ain't no just go with the flow. We're going to go with the creator and the plan that is laid out for my part of the realm. We're going with that flow. It ain't no more just, oh, it is what it is, or, you know, I just like to flow with things. Yes, you can flow, but you have to have some direction. The water flows, but it still usually got some kind of direction. It got some kind of structure. This water is not just going crazy. You know that, right? It's flowing. I can tell which way the wind is blowing by checking out the waves. Right now, I can see the waves. It's slowly going this way. So if the waves is going this way, right, and it's flowing, that means if we sit something down in there, light, not heavy, most likely 9 times out of 10, it's gonna flow with the water. It's not gonna be resistance. It's not going to. So what happens with us now is we have to implement and put more work in as far as establishing things. We're not playing the game. Women, when you meet men, you have to establish certain things up front. And the hardest thing is everybody's reaching for something beyond where they are. So it's kind of like going into high school and you trying out, or the coach is telling you to try out for the freshman team because you're a 9th grader, you know. But in your mind, you feel like you're better than certain varsity players. They put you up there on varsity for a practice or something, but you can't hang with them. You fumbling the ball, bumbling the ball, they blocking your shots. They doing everything to show you that you are not this caliber. But in your world, because it's so delusional, you feel as though because the coach did move you up for practice that you can actually hang with these players right here on the court. That's not how it works. Stop reaching for things that's out of your range. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. If it's out of your range, when I'm at the plantations, somebody shorter than me needs some help with something taller, I don't see them scrambling around to try to figure out how to get up there and get it. They usually just ask me, hey, could you reach that up there for me? Yeah, no problem at all. We have to stop playing the game and allowing this shit to do what it do. If you meet somebody and you like them, tell them. Ain't no point of dancing around. Like, all that shit is fucking weird. All that shit is weird. You know, if it's things that you would like to see happen, you know, because dating is, I don't even like saying dating, but meeting people, you know, you're supposed to be looking at as far as how can you build something more than what you have now, you know, and then you're supposed to be implementing yourself. Most men know that when they're talking to a female, they know what the man role is. But most women is fucking lost when it comes to what the fuck their role is. Oh no, I don't have a role. I could be a log. I can be, you know, I'm just gonna be a fish. I'm just gonna sit out here and plank. You know what I mean? Like, shit is fucking retarded, man. It's retarded, it's sad, and it's embarrassing. You know, that you are looking for somebody to risk their life for you and to provide for you, but then you don't even know what this man wants. You don't even know how you're supposed to learn this man. You don't even realize that you bringing all this shit you learn from all these other men is fucking weird, but that's the society we in right now. And you're trying tactics that you learn from other fucking men on this man who doesn't get treated or catered to the exact same way as those men. That's the fucking problem with playing this game and dancing around all damn day. Man, you can't just go around fucking everybody and thinking that there ain't no consequences just because we can do it. You don't have no discipline, no value when you doing shit like that. And any man that's out here that's really done been in the women know what time it is. You know what I mean? I'm 38 years old. I only got better with time. You know, so for me, it's when going. So for me, as much as people want to say, oh, you don't understand women, the blah, 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 blah. Man, I got sisters, cousins. I had 2 girlfriends in like the 4th or 5th grade, and they was cousins. They both knew each other. Like, I've had plenty of time with females to get a fucking understanding of the damn game that's going on. And I've been a man and a male long enough to comprehend that, nigga, I needed discipline. I was running around doing extra shit because I could. You know? And when I look at the extra shit that I was running around doing because I could, and then I looked at the life that I was choosing to live when I wanted to be more honest with my person, it was way more value and substance with me putting that time and energy to the person that I really wanted to build with, opposed for me just running around because I can and doing what I want because I can, you know? It doesn't weigh the same, you know? The game is some shit. The game is some shit. You got all these weird podcasts telling people, oh yeah, man can have sex with anybody. Man can do this. Women, oh, you can only have one baby at a time, and man can do, yes, that is a thing. But naturally, we're only doing it to reproduce. But the thing with humans is we do a lot of shit for pleasure and fun and game because we can. You know how many people go fishing for a game and then they're hooking fish. They're stabbing hooks in fish. If somebody stabbed a fucking hook in me and told me, psych, I'm just joking, I'm playing, get back out there, I would be fucking pissed. They hunting deer for fun, geese, ducks, all of this shit is for fun. This shit isn't fun. It's not funny either. None of it is. But because this shit is more honest, it doesn't get the same push. You know, all the drama and the witchy shit is overly monetized. It's like, you know, if you start watching it, giving it views and giving it likes, it wouldn't make any room, right? It wouldn't progress the way that it does. I don't want to hear somebody complain about Walmart. Yeah, Walmart prices are high. Walmart doing this, Walmart. And your ass is still over there spending. You shouldn't be in Walmart, period. You should be going to other stores, whether it's fucking Target or one of your local stores that's similar, that carries similar items. But you shouldn't be going to that space if that's what the fuck it is. The game, man, it's this shit. People who are playing games with your life, playing games with their life, you have to implement and tell them and show them that your life is not a game. Your life is not a game. My life is not a game. You know, when people like, oh, you cheated, bitch. No, I didn't. It wasn't a game with my life. So you can talk about cheating. Oh, he cheated. Yeah, he cheated. Oh, what? He cheated. No, won't you just say that he's an unhonest being, that he's a pathological liar. You know, he don't have no value. He don't have no substance, you know. He don't follow God. You can say other things apart from being generic and saying, oh, cheater. Bitch, your life is a game. My life is not a game, and I will never continue to operate or play with my life like it is a game, because I take it extremely serious. And I feel like we all should be doing the exact same thing. That's just how this thing works out here. So until you figure out the process and what the game actually is, then you're gonna be stuck playing it and spinning it. Take your life a little bit more serious, you know. Take those jabs in the beginning opposed from somebody hooking you and knocking your head off, knocking a tooth out because you wasn't ready when they punched you in the face. I've seen it happen to people before. They are not ready. They are not on their toes. They talking shit, thinking somebody else is playing the game with their life, and they get sparked. Boom. Teeth over there, head over there. You know, I've seen people not get their teeth knocked out, but they got their jaw wired, jaw broken. So now they walking around like this. You see the braces up here, you know what I mean? And this is the most they could do. They got to get a straw so that they could eat their food through a straw. You know what I mean? Don't play a game with your life. Your life is not a game. Once you start understanding that a lot of these other beings out here is playing a game, and you trying to counter, so that way you have a little bit more power, a little bit more leverage or upper hand on it, address the shit. You know, sometimes we gotta share information we don't want to share, and it's gonna hurt. But I would much rather share that information and put it out to the universe and trust that, okay, the creator knows that I am being honest, open, and upfront, and I have the best intentions possible. If somebody want to take this information I'm giving them and use it against me, hey, fuck it. I'ma be like that man on that cross, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, motherfucker. Simple process, you know? But I have been going. I just got off one plantation. I'm about to go hit the other plantation. Then we got some more shit to do, you know what I'm saying? This flow never stops. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.
And it's for the